An impassioned appeal by the Prime Minister in wake of the recent senseless slayings of two young boys. While addressing a joint branch meeting of the Progressive Liberal Party last evening, the Prime Minister spoke to the issue of crime. Here's Clint Watson.
We have to resolve that whatever we have to do, we have to stop it.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Christie says crime has gone too far in this country, and he's calling on Bahamians to understand the individual responsibilities they have as a citizen.
This madness has to stop. And I said in the church to them, we have to find the formula. Keep on working at it, but find the formula to stem the tide.
The nation's leader outrage comes after two young teenage boys, 13-year-old Keyshawn Williams of Plantal Street and 15-year-old Devontae Lindsay of Bosingtown, were executed on Sunday. He says Bahamians must now stop distancing themselves from crime and recognize it affects anyone.
Don't ever believe it is them. That's them other people. That's them gangs. We cannot allow in this country mothers, daddies, we cannot allow in this country a culture of killing to develop any further.
Mr. Christie says it's time for residents to take a stand and stop settling.
We've gone too far with this insanity that is taking place in this country. There is a linkage between what is happening and the future security of our country.
The Prime Minister says the new Star Academy, soon to come on stream, is expected to make a major intervention in the lives of many of these young people who are dysfunctional, affording them the redemptive power of a second chance. He says the country cannot afford to allow the mistakes of young people to ruin their future. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Well, the National Security Minister is also speaking out on the recent murders. He says as government looks to curb serious crime in the country, it's a fight they can't do alone. Here's Janae Ferguson.
Following the apparent murder of two young men on Sunday, ages 13 and 15, the Minister of National Security, Dr. Bernard Nottage, says he's not surprised as more and more young men have fallen victim to a life of crime.
Because I think that I have a fair knowledge of what is happening, and when you look at what's happening in the Boys Industrial School and even in the Majesty's Prison, where relatively young teenagers have been charged with these crimes. So unfortunate, and we have to work very hard at dealing with it.
Nottage said the problem stems from many young men looking to older men in communities as role models who are oftentimes a negative influence in their lives. The bodies of the young men discovered Sunday were not reported missing to police before they were found. The National Security Minister urged parents to become more involved in their children's lives.
You are correct that it is always extremely disheartening when we have such instances, but there are reasons, and that young persons can be out and away from home for such long periods of time or late at night without it being detected speaks volumes about what the background situation is. We ought to be able to expect our parents to watch their kids, to supervise them, to discipline them, etc. And we just have to work on it.
Meanwhile, it's been several weeks since members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force joined the police force on the streets to tackle crime. Nottage noted that while there has been some success, every criminal matter is a setback.
Generally speaking, there has been, in my view, considerable reduction in violent crimes over the period that has ensued since we introduced the program. But then something happens on the weekend, and that throws us back again, certainly in our thinking.
The government, he says, remains committed in its fight against crime and said the public can look forward to additional crime-fighting strategies. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.